Welcome back to Sacred Whisper. We are about to take off this planet and head to outer space. Oh my gosh, what is even happening? I know there's a lot of different energy and sensations and planets doing planet things and eclipse season and all the things. And I cannot help but feel that, yes, all of those things are going on. I'm experiencing it too, but something massive is shifting. Something massive is changing. Like, do you feel that shift in energy, even if it feels like shit's hitting the fan? Like, yes or yes? So, today I wanted to share with you an IG live that I did with Stacie on the conversation around leaping into your soul's path and following your passion, your true north, while incinerating fears along the way. This is actually something I've been really wanting to do with the powerful women and healers that are in our world. I'm like, I just want to get on and have a conversation with you about your gifts, your abilities. And this is also some of the women that are in our certification program for Quantum Illumination Reiki, which, P.S., if you're not in there and you want to be in there, now is the time. DM me Quantum on Instagram. I will leave it in the description for you so you can get in with us. We will be starting very, very soon. And just the energy and the essence of these healers is just so amazing. I can't wait to share with you what it is that they have to give with the world to the world, how it is that they're moving through fears, what their true north is, and how it is that they are just alchemizing the F out of everything that comes to their path and moving in spite of it. So enjoy this, and I will be sharing more in the future for sure. Come hang out with me on Instagram. Would love to hang out with you there too. And without further ado, let's go ahead and dive in. Today, we are going to talk with Stacie, who is one of our founding members inside of our Quantum Illumination Reiki Certification program. I'm going to bring her on and we're going to have a conversation around leaping into your soul's purpose and passions while incinerating fear. Stacie is a powerful healer who I won't spill all the tea because I want her to be able to share some of these things from her mouth as well. But the transformation that Stacie has had over the last 2.5 years has actually been insane. And the best way possible is taking one leap of faith after another while incinerating fears along the way. Hey, Michelle, I see Stacie is on. Let me see if it will let me bring you on, Stacie. It says I can wave to you. Let's see. Okay, Stacie, maybe can you see if it will let you request to join? Yeah, there you are. Amazing. Oh, I hit view and I'm like, oh, okay, there you are. Hi. Hi. I was like, let me just dance while you come on. And then I was like, oh, maybe I didn't actually hit approve.
I'm here.
Hey. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to chat with you today in a new space. Like, what? This is so amazing. I feel like,
great.
oh my gosh, I feel like every time we go live together, you've quantum leaped yet again, which is so fun. The other day you told me you were writing and getting ready to submit another book, and I was like, wait, how many books now?
So I have 2 children's books. I have 3 shadow work books. I have a manifestation book, and then I have a soul mission, and they're all live on my website.
Okay, well, we're gonna link all the things at the end for sure. But 7, okay, this is from the heart and soul from a woman who 2.5 years ago thought, it would be nice to write a book one day, sometime before I die, sometime before I leave this earth body.
It was always a dream. It was something I wanted to do ever since I was a little kid, but just never thought that I could. But I actually haven't even announced that 2 of those books have released yet.
Oh my gosh. Well, we get first dibs.
Yeah. So, I uploaded my Villanera book, stepping into your inner power, the boundaries, ending the people pleasing. And I was like, you know what? Wouldn't it be fun?
Ah,
I just was like, okay, caution to the wind. I decided to go ahead and publish the like finding your soul mission, your soul purpose, your true north. And then I was like, you know what? I have this other one that's just been sitting here. It's it's about manifestation and we're talking about I was like, yeah, let's just do it too.
oh,
So the funny thing is that I actually published 2 of those 3 while sitting at Buffalo Wild Wings with my fiance and his friends.
thank God. Everybody's like, this is so epic. Okay, so we always talk about like, wouldn't it be fun if because you guys, I know you're like got our reaction. That is something like we do in Raising Phoenix, but we also play in that energy too because it's like takes the pressure off, and then to publish your books at BW while with fiance's friends, like, look, we overcomplicate the F out of literally everything, and we want to really simplify the process. And like, how do I feel like doing this? Like, sure, let me just do this while eating wings and having a good time in a
Right.
space that's really vibey.
And a mango habanero margarita because
Oh, yeah, that, like, sounds very, like
spicy
Me
and delicious.
yeah, delicious and, like, I'm thinking, like, Mexico Beach, like, ooh.
It was more just I was sitting there and we were all talking about because I just got my new business cards. So I had designed new business cards. I was showing the group of friends and I was like, what am I doing? Like, let's just do it.
Yes, oh, so good. Okay, so I love this because this is so on point. I want you to share now that we've already revealed you're an author of 7 books. But I would love for you to share with everyone, like, who is Stacie? What is it that you do? What is your true north?
Okay, so before I say anything, I just want to address this comment. Uh, Michelle, write the books. Do it. If you need a website to publish them on, I've got you. It's better than Amazon, but just go do it.
Yeah.
Have fun.
And Michelle is also in our certification program too. So you guys will be spending a lot of time and energy together. So
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Write the books. You can do this because if I can do it at Buffalo Wild Wings, you can do it. That's gonna be my next
That's
like,
your
tagline.
slogan. Yeah.
Um. So actually, this is funny because this conversation's been happening a lot on my social media. Um. Because when I posted that I got my second minister's license, everybody's like, "What is this for?" And I've been getting a lot of private messages, and I'm like, there's a goal and everything has been towards that goal. Everything has been towards the final mission. And I always make the joke because I have this giant little pink book of the plan. This is my plan. It's just a notebook.
Is it
But
the plan?
it is the plan. The
Okay.
plan is in here.
Uh-huh.
Also I have like letters to the universe talking about the plan. So I'm like, at the end of the day, like, I always joke, it's the little pink book of the plan, but it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and so everything that I've done has been a step towards that goal. The podcast, the book, the TikToks and the insight timer, it's all been pieces of the puzzle. Um, but at the end of the day, my soul mission, my true north is to heal people.
Mm,
And that's all I want to do.
yeah. Oh, I love that. I love this. And I love that you have that like that journey through like journaling and yeah, sometimes it's like, I don't know why I'm feeling called to take this step, but let me move anyway. And then you look back, you're like, oh, okay.
So, like, the funny thing is that when I first started this book, I actually wrote down a lot of the steps that I knew I needed to take, but I never knew when they were gonna, like, happen.
Uh-huh.
I was just like, so I know this is a piece of the puzzle. Like, you have your soul client. I have my soul client in here. I'm trying to find the page because, so here we go. I have like the steps. And then if you keep
Mm.
flipping, I have my mission, I have
Mhm.
my pillars. Like, I have the whole thing written out. I even have my next steps. And I was like, at some point in time, everything that I've written is going to happen.
Yeah.
And just to go back and see that these things I wrote even just a year ago are already like real, it's awesome. It's scary but
Yes.
crazy.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So, um, yeah. Okay. So when it comes to like your plan, your soul mission, what fears do you feel like you incinerated along the way? And how have you released the grip of it's going to happen?
So full transparency, like, I'm gonna be completely honest, I haven't. Um, there was a day last week that I spent lying on our couch in tears because something, I don't remember what happened, but like, we needed to get gas in my guy's truck and I didn't have money. And I bawled. And a big part of taking the leap, not working right now to get my business stable, has been a huge mental factor. But at the same time, like, I also saw myself do something that I've never done before.
Mhm.
And that was, I felt it. I was depressed. I was upset. I decided to trust myself. And I woke up the next day and I got right back to it. And that was the fastest I've ever bounced back. Like, I've never done that before.
Oh my
And
goodness.
that's why I try to tell people, like, shadow work, healing, Reiki, meditation, all this stuff, it's not gonna fix it on the day one.
Uh-huh.
It's gonna start getting easier every time. And when I did that, I was just like buzzing because I was like, I've never bounced back in 24 hours. So the fact
Yeah.
that I did was insane.
Mm. So good. I love that. And it's like, it's almost like, we have this, I don't know if maybe it's society or the community or social media makes us believe that once you get to a certain point, it's like you stop having those fears and those limiting beliefs. And I'm like, I cried this morning. So you know what I mean? Where it's like you move through, you're exactly right. Like you move through it so much faster.
Right?
And it's like you have the human experience and you get good at holding the duality, the dark
Mhm.
and the light, like all of it.
Exactly. And I feel like as a society, I don't even think it's just a society. I think it's like humanity at its core.
Mhm.
We have this desire for instant gratification.
Yes.
And it's like, it's called a healing journey
Mm.
for a reason.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Crazy.
Yes. I love that you mentioned the instant gratification because even like something, that's been, I've noticed is coming up recently for a lot of people is like that instant dopamine hit where it's like we're grabbing for the phone or it's like, oh, I'm mad. So let me, get on my phone and check notifications or whatever. And it's like, well, what if you let yourself get so uncomfortable and let it be okay because it's so much stretchiness that happens, but there's so much depth and healing that happens.
Right. And it's hard because, we are surrounded by technology, we're surrounded by AI, we're surrounded by distractions and television and noise and lights. And it's so easy to give in. But sometimes it's when you take that step back that you're like, ew, it's cringe.
Yeah, ew, it is cringe. Yeah, it's like we want to. It's like even that duality of like, ooh, I'm so connected. And I love that we're so connected. And also, like, oh, can I just have a moment of peace and like trust that if you're building a business, like it's not going anywhere because you took a day off. Like, good Lord.
Mhm.
It's just such a mind. It's like, and this is why I always say that you're high vibrating soul having a human experience. You cannot bypass the subconscious mind. Like, it's going to be there to try to keep you safe. And it's actually safe to face your fears and like take a step back.
And that's the joy of all these different healing modalities and all of the stuff we do because it's retraining our brain on what is safe now.
Mm, yeah, I love that. So, okay. And that just kind of leads me into like, okay, so talk to me about, I know you're a multi Reiki master. So, for the people, you're a multi Reiki master, trained and certified in many different modalities, a powerhouse of a healer. You have your own shadow work healing. You're an author of a bajillion books and coming. I love this. This is so epic. And also tell me about like when you saw Quantum Illumination come out, what when we had that DM combo or when you saw it come out, like what was the the conversation that you had with yourself in taking that leap into quantum illumination?
There wasn't one. So, like, I'm gonna be so completely honest here, like, there wasn't a conversation. Um, when I first decided I wanted to do Usui Reiki, I begged the instructor to teach it. I
Oh.
was like, "I want you to teach me. You're the one that's gonna teach me Reiki." And so she did my Usui and she did my Kundalini.
Um,
And I just knew before it was ever even offered that that was who was gonna teach me. I pursued her for a year.
like knock knock,
And like,
hello.
come on, like get on board. Like this is gonna happen whether you like it or not. So let's go. And but then I think it was maybe about a year ago. I was like tapping at you. And so I'm gonna be honest, whenever
Mhm.
you and I did that Akashic Records reading
Uh-huh.
and I got completely bombarded by all your people. Thank you
Yeah,
very much.
I know.
That's
Welcome
when
to
I
my
decided.
brain.
That was when I decided. I was like, "Oh, she's teaching me quantum Reiki. That's it. It's happening." I
Yeah.
literally left, like, the bedroom that day, went downstairs, told my guy, I was like, "It's coming, and I'm part of it." Like, sorry.
Oh my God. I think that's so epic when it was like you're like connected to all my things, Akashic records and my team and my actually in the evolution membership we call it Katie called it entourage. And I was like, that sounds iconic. I have an entourage with me. And that's literally it. That's my day-to-day basis.
It Yeah, that was an interesting experience, but being in there and seeing what they were showing me, I was like, "Oh, I'm that's yes, I wanna be a part of that. Let's go."
Oh, oh my God. I
And
love
I
this. And you are
think I
so
even messaged you a couple times like, "When's it happening? When's it happening?"
yeah. Oh my gosh, you and a couple others I'm gonna bring on live too. Erica for sure. She's like, just teach me already. And I'm like, coming. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. Um, yeah, I was going to ask like what made you want to shift the way you heal yourself and your clients, like specifically with what you even experience inside of my Akashic records.
So, I guess it's okay to be, like, completely transparent, but
Mm.
when you were doing that reading, one of your spirit guides showed me things.
Mhm.
And that was when I was like, "Oh, I wanna be in on this. I need like, I'm being shown this because I need to be here." I was like, "Okay, thank you." I was like, "We're doing your reading, getting info for you," and they're like, "Hey, wait, pay attention." I was like, "I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm not gonna argue, like, this looks awesome. Okay, thank you."
Oh my
What do we
gosh.
always say?
Oh,
Okay, thank you, more please.
yes. Oh my gosh, I love this. And you actually were part of the group of souls that got to experience it before I even called it quantum illumination. Like I was calling it intuitive quantum healing at the time.
Mhm.
Because my spirit guides were like, yeah, no, we're not giving you the name yet. I'm like, okay. But yeah, so you were part of that group that my spirit team was like, yeah, no, we're not doing any of the other styles of Reiki that you've used. You are only to use this one. And I was like, okay, well, here we go.
Yo. And I always
But,
think it's funny that, like, when I first moved out of PA, I signed up and I was part of your first round of Rising Phoenix.
mhm.
And now I left North Carolina and I'm part of the first round of Quantum Illumination Reiki. It's just meant to be.
Oh, it literally is meant to be. I love this so much. Okay, I have notes because I don't want to forget. And I'm like, okay, I know we're gonna talk. Okay, so we was there like I know you're like, I'm in. Were there any like limiting beliefs that had come up when you were like, okay, now's the time. She's opened the doors. Were there any like fears or limiting beliefs or imposter syndromes that had creeped in for you? And if so, how did you move through them?
I think the one that got me that's a big one right now just because of like situations was like, how am I gonna afford this? Like this needs to happen, but
Mhm.
like how am I gonna pay for this? Because like as of right now, I am completely reestablishing my business. I'm not working, not even part-time. Like book sales, when you sell them, you still don't get the money for like 2 or 3 months. And it was like a huge fear of like, where is this money going to come from? But I was like, you know what? At this point, I am so in that we'll figure it out. And so far, I mean, yeah, some days I'm a little bit late, but like I always get the money. So I was like, that's how I know it's meant to happen.
Yeah. Isn't there's something so powerful when you don't have the evidence and yet you let go and fly anyway? Like, I just need people to sit with that for a second. There is no evidence, but then you soar anyway. Oh my gosh, it makes me so emotional. Like,
Well, let's pull out the little pink book here because I actually do
uh,
something that's probably a little weird, but
no.
I
What's even weird anymore? I don't
have it in my file.
Yes.
I I keep an evidence file in the back of my manifestation journal
Oh,
because I'm like, this is everything. This is like, you name what. I have affirmations in here. I have letters to the universe. I have stories and steps and everything else. But in the back, I keep an evidence file and it says, I can create money. And I just list ways that money comes into my life that I like. Let's say it's not working a 9 to 5 or whatever. I list everything.
yeah.
So I do pay attention to how I create money whenever it's not there. I just I keep it all
Yes.
in there because sometimes you need that reminder because you
Mhm.
think money created and then it's like, oh wait, look at all these like 90 ways that it happened.
Yeah. Yes, yes, that's so true. And like, yeah, stacking the evidence. And then also, like, even kind of circling back to the first time that you launched a book, you were like, I have no evidence of how I'm going to get this out into the world, but I'm going to move anyway. And you become the evidence. So it's like,
Right.
you have all the evidence too of like the ways in which you're manifesting. And also, it's like, I am the mother effing evidence. Like, I am the evidence.
Yes.
Yes.
And then, like, even when you have the setbacks, like with Amazon, they completely closed my account out for no reason, and I can't get back on Amazon. But then I found Barnes and Noble, and I found Lulu, and they're like, we'll sell it, we'll publish it, we'll do all the things. And like, I found out that like, if I go into a Barnes and Noble and request that they carry my book in store, they'll do it.
Ooh. See, it's always this or something better.
Right? So it's like
Right.
you have these little setbacks, and for a lot of people, that's where they'll stop and that's where they'll give up. But then the more you heal and the more you trust, it's like, oh, wait, well, what else can I do now?
Yeah. Yeah, the door's always opening. Yeah. Okay. So I love this. So what do you feel actually, let me ask you this. What is it that you are most excited, especially since you've been in my Akashic records? I'm thinking about this question now. Like, what is it that you're most excited about with quantum illumination and bringing it um, into your life and your healing business?
I don't know if I'm allowed to say yet. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. You're gonna have to DM me, and if I can't
No,
share it, then yeah.
so there were things I saw that are like 2, 3, 4 years down the road. And
Mm-hmm.
they were meant for me to see so that I would be excited. But at the same time, it was you don't talk about it until it's starting. And apparently it's starting,
Mm-hmm.
what, August, or not August, August 16th.
Time's not real.
What is it, March 16th? Jeez.
March 18th.
Okay, yeah, there we go. That's when things are allowed to be put out there.
Okay,
So
come
I've
into
been
my
building up.
DMs. Oh
I
my
can't tell you. You're the problem.
I'm the problem. You're the problem. You're not. I can't.
You're not.
Okay, well, as soon
We'll
as you
talk
can
after.
tell me.
We'll talk after the 18th.
Okay, sounds good. So I was working with a coach who was a psychic business coach for about a little over a year and a half. And it was shortly after it was probably 6 months after I started channeling quantum illumination. And it was also I'm hearing the fire. So when I had that tower moment and burned the other piece of my business to the ground, and then when quantum illumination, like the rest of it, bam. And she had told me even before, like when I was teaching something else, she was like, it's like queen. It's like, this is the style, like, this is it, and I'm like, "Oh." So, it's just very interesting where it's like, this thing is happening, right? And I'm sure you've experienced that, and it's like, "Oh, man." And here we go, and you just move forward. Oh my god.
So,
Now I'm gonna be like, I'm putting you on my calendar for the 18th.
okay, there is one thing that I can tell you that I've seen, and
Uh-huh.
it's interesting because I feel like this is going to be the first time you and I actually meet in person. So I'm just going to put this out here.
Mhm.
So I actually have it in the pink book. It is written down. I had this dream. I don't know if it was a dream. I don't know if I was awake. I don't know if I was asleep, but I had this vision, and the property that I'm working on creating, you had come to teach quantum illumination Reiki at. And this was about 4 years in
Oh,
the future, 4 or 5 years at this point. But I saw you teaching people in person. It was like a retreat for you.
mm. Yeah.
And it
I
was
love
amazing to
retreat
watch you
classes.
work.
Oh,
I just remember watching you work and just being like, this is goddess energy. Like, this isn't even
mm.
just queen. This is like heaven sent, like, goddess energy. And I told one of my girls at the time, I was like, well, I guess we know what else is happening on our property in the future. So,
I love this so much. And I always feel this with so many, like, it's like we've worked together for so long that it's like when we get together, it's literally going to be like, there's going to be like a wave and the world is going to be like, what just happened?
yes. But
Yeah.
it was amazing because I feel like it was like maybe like a week or so of like people just being there and the
Yeah.
energy and like the excitement. And it was just like one of those things where I was watching it through my own eyes, but also like from the bird's eye view. So it's like
Yeah.
I saw it, but I also saw it. And I was like,
Oh,
dang, like, okay. And it's funny
Wow.
because you've been posting the videos of you from, I think you were in Mexico with the white
Mhm,
dress.
mhm.
And that's the same kind of energy, like that just ethereal moon goddess, like, I'm in my element. And I was like, I see it.
Oh my gosh, I just got full body chills. I need another photo shoot in that dress and another one. I'm looking for it. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I love this so much. And it's so fun because you've like seen that side. Um okay, so if for those that are on live or that are watching the replay, what would you say to them if they're thinking about joining quantum illumination? Um yeah.
Trying to think of how much I can say. This is not going to be a one and done offering. Like, this is going to be something that's going to, um, I'm trying to think of how to put
I
this.
do.
Um, it's something that's going to become prevalent very quickly.
Mhm.
So it's always better to get in on the ground level before everybody's trying to do it. I feel like that's the best way I can explain it without saying too much.
Yes, I love this, and I can tell you from what I do know is that it is ever evolving. This is not something I don't know if I've talked about this yet. I know I've talked about it in a couple podcast episodes, but it is it's ever evolving. It grows with us. It grows with the client as they're ready, new frequencies unlock. And then like even for level 3, I do require our level 3 to be in our teacher like membership, so to speak, to continue to get those trainings and upgrades because that is part of the process of quantum illumination. It's not like a let's go get a certification and prove my worth. It's like, no, we are like, I cannot say this loud enough for the people in the back. We are literally linking arms and I wanted to say clearing the vibration of the planet. So maybe that's what we're doing. Maybe we're not healing it, but we're clearing it and we're raising it. Yeah. I'm gonna be in your DMs on the 18th.
Sorry. There's they I'm trying because you know what happens if you say the wrong thing at the wrong time.
Mhm.
You
Oh yeah.
you
You
get
Yep.
you get the angry voices and your spirit team, no thank you.
They'd be flying over to the other side of the foot or the other side of the country being like, "Excuse me."
You weren't supposed to say that. Like, one thing I can say is that for anybody who is on the fence, once the first round happens and people start talking about their experiences, people that didn't sign up are going to feel regret. And they're gonna be like, when can we do this? When can I do this? When is this available again? And they're gonna be like, I should have. And by the time that people can, it's gonna be even harder to get into. So it's like, you need to do it now because you're it's not even a you might, it is people are going to regret this. And then it's gonna be harder to get into once, like, myself and everybody else are start talking like, "Hey, this is what just happened." And I'm, like, laughing in a way because I can sit here and say, "Since Rising Phoenix, this is everything I've done."
Oh my god.
And I'm like, now I'm gonna be honest, I'm kinda scared at what's gonna happen next because if I've already done so much in just, like, the year and a half, 2 years since Rising Phoenix, like, I've checked so many goals off the list, I'm like, "I gotta make new goals, and what the heck is gonna come up in my life after this?" And I'm
Yes.
like, it's actually kind of overwhelmingly scary because I know what's shifted for me already. And now I'm like, how much more can I handle?
Oh.
What?
My God. Okay. So I got full body chills. And also, I just have to say, too, like Selena, not hard to believe that. And then she said, okay, now there's the warning. I'm just saying, repeating that because I know it won't show up in the comments. Like, look, you guys already know I come with a warning sign, a warning.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
watch out, your life will change. And I know that's like, for me, that's my North Star is to literally put you guys back into your power. Like, not even me doing it, but for me to help you peel back the layers so you can remember who you are and what it is that you are here to do. And hello, like in a year, miss 7 books. Like, what? That's like actually insane. And what I want to remind you too is also, Selena, like, we did the Untamed Healer mini mind, which is currently closed for enrollment, but literally, like within, I want to say a month. I want to say it was a month. She was like, "Well, I've achieved everything. I got to go set new goals." And I was like, "I told you."
Yeah.
And even like Michelle, warning, magic shall commence from here. Yeah, literally. Even in like the quantum experience that we did last week, she was like DMing me. She's like, "Oh my God, you won't believe." And I was like, "I do believe it." And also the human side is like, "Oh my gosh, can I handle this?" And I want to remind you that yes, you can. Your soul wouldn't be like, "Boop," if you couldn't.
Right?
Oh, you're welcome. Selena, following Kristen is life changing. Oh my God, I love you guys so much. Um, so okay, yes. Anything else you would, this has been so much fun. Is there anything else you would like to share? And of course, too, we'll have you um afterwards I'll have you share how they can find you and stalk you too.
Um, so I feel like I don't think this is for somebody watching right now. I think this is for people who are going to see the replay, but I do have a message
Mm,
and
mm,
it's coming through and it's really powerful. It's like making my brain itch.
mm,
Um, and somebody is going to watch this. And so whoever you are, whether you are Selena or Michelle or somebody else, I'm supposed to tell you, do the big scary thing. Whatever it is, I don't know. I mean, I kind of know, but somebody needs to hear it. Do the big scary thing. Um, for me, the big scary thing was leaving Pennsylvania. And ever since then, the quantum like leaps and the timeline folds and the crazy stuff that has
no.
happened. Yes, like, I am able to drive through PA and remember like my big scary goal, and it's so small now. Haha, the headache because I love it. But
Okay.
somebody needs to hear it. Do the big scary thing. And because right now the big scary thing is so small compared to the real big scary thing. And then once you
Um,
get to that big scary thing, there's a bigger scary thing, and there's a bigger one. It's like the fish in the ocean. You have the little fish, and then you have like a bigger fish, and then you have the shark, and then you have the whale, and then you have like the mastodon, or no, mastodons are elephant things. But you know what I mean? It just gets bigger. And every time you take a bite of that little fish, there's going to be a bigger fish ready to go. Do the big scary thing.
yeah.
Like for me, the big scary thing was this right here, which I actually recovered it. So it doesn't look like this anymore. But this was the big scary
Oh,
thing for me, writing
mm,
and publishing a book. Now I have 7, and like it's not the big scary thing anymore. I literally uploaded 3 in one night and 2 while I was having dinner and drinks with friends. Like they're not big
mm,
scary things because they get bigger.
yeah.
So do the big scary thing.
The big scary thing I've heard for you, there's more. There's more coming, more books. There's more coming.
Oh
Um,
yeah. I
yeah.
actually am already working on a holistic shadow work. So my
Mm,
style of teaching shadow work,
mm, yeah.
and I've been working on that one for a while.
Yeah.
And I am currently working on a follow up to the kids' books, which is already started and in process. And I've actually been working on a whole like universe of a paranormal like adult romance.
No.
Like it has, there's like 5 different main characters. They all get their own books. They all kind of intermingle. It's like, and I've been working on that for a while too. But yes, there are books in the making.
Yeah. Oh my God, I love this. And it's like when that fear, like I'm thinking of like I'm going like this because it's like the fish analogy that you use. There's always like that bigger fish. It gets bigger and bigger because your goals get bigger and bigger. And it's like, oh my God, am I gonna poop my pants? And I promise you, like maybe you will and it's fine, but like just go take a shower or whatever. But also it's like you have survived 100% of every single day. Look, we don't do TMI here, okay? Like you ever survived 100% of every single day. I promise you, publishing a book is not going to be the thing that gets you off this planet. It is going to be the thing that sets your soul free because your soul is begging you to do that. I mean, from submitting the trademarks, submitting the copyright, I actually just ordered a copy of my manual. I cannot wait to get it in. And anybody that comes anybody that goes through level 3 will get a hard copy of the manual as well. And then I have something surprise for the retreat too, for anybody that comes to that. But it's like, and then the retreat, like I just like booked a crazy villa in a whole nother country. And I'm like, okay, we're doing this. Like you just do the thing that's scary and you're just like, okay, now what? You're like, okay, I published my first book. Now let me go just submit 2 more while I'm at B-Dubs having a drink. Like,
Hey, the honey barbecue wings are live.
okay, I'm so hungry. I'm like, where's my Instacart? Oh my gosh, I love this so much. Anything else that's coming through that you would like to share?
Not at this
I
time.
love working. Okay. I'm like, I love being in healer energy because I'm like, I can see it. I can see it dropping in.
Yeah,
My
not
gosh.
at the moment.
Okay.
But I think it's safe to say that it's not just for you and I, but there are big things coming very soon. And
So
it's not just
good.
your stuff, it's not just my stuff. There's others that are co-creating. Um,
Mm-hmm.
there's
Yep.
big things.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just got the
There's a
headache,
shift.
Diz.
Yeah. There's like my whole body is chilling out and I keep rubbing my legs and I just put lotion on. So if you've seen me like rubbing my hands, I'm not nervous. I just like have so much lotion on. So yeah, there's a big shift happening across the world right now. I can see it not just in the healing industry, but just overall. And I think like there's so many doors opening right now. And I know like right now we're in Mercury retrograde, Venus retrograde, like blah, 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 all the things, but it doesn't matter. Things are happening anyway, right? Oh my gosh. This was so good. Okay. So tell everybody did you have something to add?
No,
Okay.
I almost did. I almost did. Then I was like,
Nope.
stop.
Okay. Tell everybody where they can go hang out with you on the social medias, where they can buy your books. Where's the best place to find all that information?
So I have kept everything super simple. You can find me anywhere and everywhere pretty much at this point with the Stacie Leanne LP. So my website is .com, my TikTok, my YouTube, my Insta, my Facebook. I have threads and lemonade because they're just fun to play with.
Yeah.
And then Insight Timer, that's how you can find me if you want to do my meditations on Insight Timer. Like my books are on my website, so they're super easy to find. You don't have to go to 100 different places. And they print and ship all over the world. So for Selena, who was like, Amazon doesn't ship to me. Well, I got you. Because now my website, I use Lulu, and Lulu does ship worldwide. And they also offer global distribution so I can get into bookstores and stuff.
Yay.
But
Oh,
yeah. So
I love that.
everything is just my screen name. You can find me everywhere. And
Amazing.
I
And
do have a
I'll be sure to
podcast.
tag you. What's that?
I do have the podcast. Now, the podcast is the only thing that's different. It is the Radiant Souls podcast. And that's
Mm.
because at the end of, when we get to the end of the pink book and we have fulfilled the full version of the plan, I will have a legally formed church called the Radiant Souls Church. So
So good.
I named my podcast after.
So good. Yes, I love that. Okay, so I will tag you so people can go find you and also listen to Radiant Souls podcast. Check out the books, grab one, grab all if you're a mama, grab the kiddo books. I love this so much. And then, oh, it's always so much fun to do lives with you and just have my mind blown over and over again.
I feel like
So
every time we've done a live together, it's been like, hey, you've done this and this. And I'm just like, but I also did this and this.
I know. I'm like, excuse me, like knock knock. We need to like talk more often. I feel like
Really, I think a lot of it is that I've always taken to heart the show people what you do, but do more behind the scenes mentality. So, like, yeah, I show people that I've done this, this, and this. But meanwhile, I've also got all of this stuff going on because I do it for a reason and I don't need all of the accolades and all that stuff. So I'm just
yeah,
like I literally posted a TikTok a couple days ago at like 2 o'clock in the morning because I couldn't sleep. And I'm like, hey, by the way, did you know that I just like dropped this book a couple hours ago and didn't tell anyone? Like, that's kind of how I work.
yes,
So it's
oh, I love it.
yeah, there's always things in motion and people never see the full picture until it's like, whoa, what?
Yeah, I love that. Oh no, that's so good. Oh my gosh. So yes, you guys go follow Stacie, Magical Unicorn. Thank you all so much for listening. And two, if you guys would love to join the certification program, we start next week. Stacey's like, yes, join. Come join us. Oh my gosh, the people, you guys are going to get to meet some of the healers that are inside, and they are literally magic. Like, I'm so excited to co create this space with you guys. Just DM me Quantum and I will send the information your way. I also have 3 spots left for the retreat, which I haven't even really talked about. You know, the moving in silence piece.
Right.
So we have 3 spots. It's in a spiritual vortex in Tulum, Mexico. So yes, you guys can DM me for information on that too. So Stacie, thank you so much. It's been such a fun conversation and I hope you have the most amazing rest of your day.
You guys as well. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Know what to do.
Okay, amazing. Ugh, I hope you guys enjoyed that conversation as much as I did. My face hurts from laughing so much. I just love Stacie so much. So make sure you go follow her on the gram and then, or all the places. And then also, yeah, you can join our certification program. We do start next week. We have 6 founding healer spots available or remaining. And we would love to have you join us. Again, this is a founder's opportunity, meaning that you'll be the first in the world to be able to learn Quantum Illumination Reiki. And of course, if you have any questions, my DM door is open as well. I love you guys. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Bye.